Here we are in the city of Perth, nice day, lunchtime. It's a nice break for everyone. Instead of having a break, the CPSU members are protesting. It's a stop work protest today for pay rise.
When do we want it? Now!
We are actually having a stop work meeting here for this building here, which is 140 William Street, for all the workers there who are negotiating their agreement for their paying conditions with the Barnett government. It's an agreement we call General Agreement 6, and it covers a very large number of workers in the public sector. The government's offer so far has been very poor. We've been negotiating with them since October of last year.
So how much is the very poor?
What it is 2.5% in each year for 3 years, plus trade-offs around job security. We started off with a figure that was similar to what nurses and prison officers got last year. So that was around 4% in each year. We've already compromised. We've said to government that we're willing to accept 3.5 in each year and no trade-offs, but government aren't meeting us anywhere in the middle. They've provided one offer and they won't continue to negotiate.
We feel that it's only fair. What we're asking is not unreasonable. I don't think anybody wants to go backwards. The cost of living is a two-tier cost of living in WA, and our tier is battling to just keep our head above water.
CPI for the December quarter, which was the most recently published figures, was 2.9%. So 2.5 is actually below that CPI figure. The trade-off they're asking for is around job security. What it means is that government can get private industry to come in and do the work of the people who are in that building. And that can, what we find often is that ends up being a more expensive arrangement than hiring people directly, and it means you don't get a continuity of work and of workers, so the work quality can be poorer. And we think that's a very large concern, and also it threatens the job security of our members. That is all part of their package, so they expect our members to accept less than CPI plus trade-offs of their conditions of employment and their job security.
We've been having cutbacks to our staff and our resources, but we're still supposed to put in the same amount of service without any really increased pay. The issue is more for the people on the lower levels of salary.
I don't know about you guys, but when I bring my salary check, it sure as hell isn't going very far.
It puts a lot of stress. It puts stress on people. It puts stress on families. I'm a working mum. But what about people who've got young children who are forced to work just to meet the mortgage? And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
The government is putting up the cost of living continually. Utility price increases, license fees, etc., which will be in the next budget too. And so they're adding to the problem while saying, oh, this is what you got to live with.
The Barnett government right now is not offering workers in the public sector a fair deal. It's not offering them the cost of living. It's not offering them CPI. So what we've got here is a government that is cutting back the public sector, cutting back services our community needs while the community itself is growing. It's privatising services so that big companies can run them for private profit. And it's not even offering the workers who deliver those services a fair deal to keep up with the cost of living.
The government here has to realize that if they want a fair level of service, both for themselves as the government, but also for the community, that then they have to pay for what they get. And they've blown money on many other areas. Well, they need to save some for us too. And there's not just us that are demonstrating for a fair deal. There's teachers that were out last week, there's the police coming up, there's other unions. And so we'll all just say to them, listen, be fair, be square, or to heck with you. This is the start of the campaign. We're gathering support, we're showing the government our displeasure, but also we can do more than this. We can have other rallies, we can have work to rule, we can have other work stoppages.
We are having a meeting with government's representatives on Thursday at the Department of Commerce. We are hopeful that they will come up with a better offer. If the government doesn't come to the table with something better, then we're going to have to take even more serious action.
Tibor reporting for Undercurrent.